Ever wondered how your credit score affects your financial health? It's a question that's been asked by many, but understood by few. And that's what we're here to change today. In the vast universe of finance, your credit score is like your personal barometer, a number that gives a quick snapshot of your fiscal health. But what is it really? How does it work, and why should you care? These are the questions that often leave us scratching our heads in confusion. We're here to simplify this seemingly complex concept into bite-sized, easy-to-digest nuggets of information. In the next few minutes, we will be embarking on a journey to decode the enigma that is your credit score. We'll unravel the mystery of its calculation, discuss why it matters, and explore ways to improve it. So buckle up, financial enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Stay tuned as we're about to dive deep into the world of credit scores and financial health. First things first, what exactly is a credit score? Well, let's dive into that. Picture this. You're a lender, and you're about to lend a hefty sum to a stranger. You'd want to know if they're trustworthy, right? That's where the credit score comes into play. In essence, a credit score is a numerical representation of an individual's credit worthiness based on their credit history. Think of it as a financial report card, except it's not about how well you did in algebra or history. It's about how well you've managed your credit, which includes loans, credit cards, and other forms of credit. It's a score that ranges typically between 300 and 850. The higher the score, the less risky you appear to lenders, and the more likely you are to be approved for credit at favorable terms. Now, when we talk about credit history, we're referring to how you've handled debt in the past. Have you paid your loans on time? Have you maxed out your credit cards? How long have you had credit? All these factors contribute to your credit score. You might be wondering, who calculates this score? Well, there are three major credit bureaus in the United States: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. They gather information about your credit history, and then a complex mathematical model is applied to this data to calculate your credit score. Different bureaus might have slightly different scores for you, but they should all fall within the same ballpark. It's important to remember that your credit score isn't set in stone. It's a dynamic number that can change as your financial behavior changes. Pay your bills on time, keep your credit utilization low, and your score will likely rise. Rack up too much debt or miss a few payments, and your score could drop. So in short, it's a number that tells lenders how risky you are as a borrower. It's like a financial handshake. The stronger it is, the more confident lenders will feel about lending to you. So, the next time you're applying for a loan or a credit card, remember, your credit score is your best ally. Now you might be wondering, how is this mysterious number calculated? Well, it's not magic or a roll of the dice. It's a calculated measure based on 5 key components. First up, we have payment history. This is the big kahuna, making up a whopping 35% of your credit score. It's simple: pay your bills on time. Late payments, defaults, or bankruptcies can cause your score to nosedive faster than a lead balloon. Next, we have credit utilization, making up 30% of your score. This is the ratio of your outstanding debt to your total available credit. To keep it simple, it's like a seesaw. The lower your debt compared to your available credit, the higher your score. Then we have the length of your credit history, accounting for 15% of your score. The longer you've been borrowing, the better your score tends to be. It's like a fine wine. It gets better with age. The fourth factor is the types of credit you're using, which makes up 10%. A mix of credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, and mortgages looks good to lenders. It's like a well-balanced diet. A bit of everything is best. Finally, we have recent credit inquiries, making up the last 10%. Every time you apply for credit, it creates a hard inquiry on your report. A flurry of these can make lenders think you're desperate for credit, and not in a good way. It's like going to a buffet and piling your plate high. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but it's not going to look good later. So, there you have it. These are the factors that determine your credit score. It's not a mysterious or random number. It's a calculated measure of your financial habits. It's like a mirror, reflecting your financial behavior back at you. Remember, it's not a random number, it's a reflection of your financial habits. So, we've got this number, but why does it matter? Well, my friends, this isn't just any number we're talking about. It's like the financial equivalent of your high school GPA, only instead of determining which college you get into, it's deciding a whole lot more. Firstly, your credit score can be the deciding factor in whether or not you qualify for a loan. Whether you're dreaming of a new home, a shiny new car, or even starting your own business, lenders will take a good hard look at your credit score to decide if you're a safe bet. A low score might mean you're denied a loan outright, But even if you do manage to secure a loan, a less than stellar score could mean you're slapped with a higher interest rate. You see, to lenders, a lower credit score signals higher risk. It's like they're lending to a tightrope walker without a safety net, so they charge more interest to offset the risk they're taking. On the other hand, a high credit score is like a tightrope walker with a safety net. Lenders see you as a safe bet, and they're more likely to offer you lower interest rates. But the impact of your credit score doesn't stop at loans and interest rates. It can even influence your job opportunities. Some employers check credit scores as part of their hiring process, especially for positions that involve handling money. They see a good credit score as a sign of financial responsibility. So, imagine missing out on your dream job because of that late credit card payment you made way back when. It's a tough pill to swallow, right? And let's not forget about renting a home. Landlords often check credit scores to determine if you're likely to pay your rent on time. A low score could mean you're passed over for someone else with a higher score. As you can see, this little number carries a lot of weight in the financial world. So, let's make sure we give it the attention it deserves, shall we? Now that we know what it is and why it matters, let's talk about how to improve it. Improving your credit score is like running a marathon, not a sprint. It requires a good deal of discipline, consistency, and most importantly, patience. But don't worry, you don't need to be a financial wizard to boost your credit score. Here are a few simple yet effective strategies. Firstly, make it a priority to pay your bills on time. This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised at how many people overlook this crucial step. Late or missed payments can have a significant negative impact on your credit score. So, set up automatic payments or reminders to ensure you never miss a due date. Next, keep your credit utilization low. This is the ratio of your outstanding credit card balances to your credit card limits. It's recommended to keep this percentage under 30. So, if your credit card limit is $2,000, try to maintain a balance of less than $600. This shows lenders that you're responsible and not over-reliant on credit. Thirdly, resist the urge to close old accounts, even if you're not using them. The length of your credit history plays a role in your credit score. Closing an old account might shorten your credit history and could potentially lower your score. Lastly, be cautious when applying for new credit. Each time you apply, a hard inquiry is made, which can knock a few points off your credit score. While these points might seem trivial, they can add up if you're not careful. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your credit score won't improve overnight either. It's a process that takes time, consistency, and a solid understanding of these principles. But with a little discipline and patience, you'll be on the right track to improving your financial health. Improving your credit score isn't an overnight process, but with discipline and patience, it's certainly achievable. You've probably noticed by now that your credit score is a big part of your financial health. Indeed, it's like the financial equivalent of a report card. Remember back in school when you'd sit nervously, waiting for that piece of paper that would determine your fate? Well, that's your credit score in the financial world. A good score can open doors to opportunities you might not have thought possible. So, what does a good credit score say about your financial health? Well, it's like having a golden ticket. It shows lenders that you're responsible with your money, that you pay your bills on time, and that you're not overextended. In other words, you're a safe bet. Now let's imagine the possibilities that a good credit score can unlock. Picture this: you're looking to buy your first home. With a strong credit score, lenders are more likely to give you that home loan you need. And not just any loan, but one with a lower interest rate. That's right, a better credit score can actually save you money in the long run. But it's not just about loans. A good credit score can also give you access to better credit cards with higher limits and more rewards. It can even help when you're looking to rent an apartment or get a new job, as some employers check credit scores as part of their hiring process. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Building a good credit score takes time, patience, and a lot of financial discipline. It's all about creating healthy money habits like paying your bills on time, keeping your credit utilization low, and not taking on more debt than you can handle. So you see, maintaining a good credit score is more than just a number. It's a sign of good financial health, a reflection of your financial discipline, and a key to unlocking better financial opportunities. In other words, a healthy credit score equals a healthier financial life. Well, we've covered quite a bit of ground today. Indeed, we've taken a deep dive into the world of credit scores and financial health. Let's take a moment to recap the essential points we've journeyed through. First off, we defined what a credit score is. It's like your financial report card, a 3-digit number that lenders use to determine your credit worthiness. It's that crucial number that could make or break your next big financial decision. Then, we explored how credit scores are determined. We learned that it's not magic or some secret sauce. It's a calculation based on your payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and the type of credit used. Just like a chef perfects a recipe, you too can perfect your credit score by understanding these ingredients. Next, we discussed why credit scores matter. It's not just about bragging to your friends about who has a higher score. It affects your ability to secure loans, get low interest rates, and can even influence your job prospects. Yes, folks, it's that important. We also talked about ways to improve your credit score. Paying your bills on time, keeping your credit card balances low, not closing old accounts, and being careful about opening new ones are all smart strategies. It's like keeping your body healthy. You need to eat right, exercise, and get enough sleep. The same principles apply to your financial health. Lastly, we connected the dots between your credit score and your overall financial health. A high credit score is a sign of good financial health. Just like a robust immune system is a sign of good physical health. It's your financial shield protecting you from high interest rates and lending hurdles. So, there you have it. The Insider's Guide to Credit Scores and Financial Health. It might seem like a lot to take in, but remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about your credit score, the better you can manage your financial health. Remember, understanding your credit score is the first step towards achieving financial health. So keep an eye on that number.